Okay, we here. We are here. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the show. Let me get my social medias going. I know. Yeah, me too. Okay, we get it. Yeah, me too. I wonder if I should do it simultaneously. If I should do like a Instagram live. Let's see. Let me try this Instagram live thing at the same time. Listen, today we are going to talk about this Instagram live. Look way better than the camera up here. I need to be just going live from my damn. I should just do the audio here and do the video from my damn phone. This shit look better on my phone. I'm sipping some of that yaki, but that's all right. Today we are going to talk about the single mother, black boy dynamic. And we're going to talk about teaching your kids about racism. Now, the teaching your kids about racism dynamic can apply to all parents of all races. But the single mother, black son dynamic is for those of you, especially women who are dating these black men. And this is more in particular to the young black men who are dealing with who have this particular dynamic going on. So let's go ahead and I wonder if I should start doing audio here, audio on if I should do audio on the computer and then do video directly on my phone, because that shit look immaculate. So hold on, what's this? Hit this motherfucker on. Whatever. All right. So let's get started here. Let's talk. Let's discuss some things. I know last week I did not do a video. So if you're looking for episode 30's video, it does not exist because I didn't do a video for episode 30. I just did the audio for episode 30. So if you need the audio for episode 30, make sure you listen. First and foremost, let me get some church announcements done. Let me get them done real quick. First and foremost, you should be following Marv Media Network on Facebook. That's the one place you can get it from. Instagram, there's an Instagram account. I don't really use it. I'm going to start using it, so you should be following Marv Media Network on Instagram and on Facebook. You feel me? F that Twitter shit. Marv Media Network is not built for Twitter. It's built for visuals. So stick to Marv Media Network on Instagram, Marv Media Network on Facebook. Boom. Go there. That's the name of it. Marv Media Network on Instagram, Marv Media Network on Facebook. You should be following Marv Crittenden on all social platforms. As you can see in the corner right here. If you're watching the video, you see me pointing to it. At Marv Crittenden on all social platforms. That means Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, anything. Whatever you're using, Marv Crittenden's on there. I gotta figure out the TikTok situation. I think that's Marv Crit, whatever. But Marv Crittenden on the three majors. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter is the three majors. And then Snapchat as well. I don't know if that'd be considered one. It's not a three major. Three majors is three majors. So make sure you follow me there. Now, with that being said, it is important that you are also following Unorthodox Logic with Marv on Facebook. The reason why I don't have a bunch of social media pages for a bunch of the work that I do is because I rather you go to one place for everything you need, like Walmart, than to have to go to 6 different places for 6 different needs. So if you're just a fan of Unorthodox Logic with Marv, you can be just a fan of Unorthodox Logic with Marv. Like that on Facebook, subscribe to the podcast, boom. If you're just a fan of Marv's World, which is coming back soon, Marv's World is for unsigned artists that own their music to get their music played on radio, internet radio, have feedback and enjoy commentary on different aspects of everything when it comes to me. People, once I do, maybe I need to, what I'm gonna do is maybe I need to put out an episode of Marv's World, an old episode of Marv's World, so y'all can see what I mean of the style of radio that I do, the fun that I have, the things like that. So I'll look into that. I'll find an episode for y'all to put out, a good one for y'all. So if you're an unsigned artist or up-and-coming artist, independent artist, and you want some music played on the radio, you want some feedback, commentary, you want to listen to some fun radio, you're tired of hearing that boring, same bullshit, whatever the case may be, I got you on that, all right? I got you on that. I'm also that one is where I'm going to open up the phone lines. With this one, I don't think I really want to open up the phone lines like that because the conversation pieces that I be having are more important. I'd rather take the emails. So if you want to send an email in, and get some feedback on that, that's perfectly fine. Do I got an Unorthodox Logic email? I do. unorthodoxlogicwithmarv@gmail.com. 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 What's this? Hold on, y'all. I got some craziness going on in my email. All right, whatever. Okay. eBay's updating its privacy notices. So, bunch of bullshit. Bunch of bullshit, me, man. unorthodoxlogicwithmarv@gmail.com. And if you can't spell it, here, I'm going to spell it for you. I need to put an Unorthodox Logic with Marv somewhere down here. Like, I just need to have something where people can always know what they watching. You know, it's all about branding. Branding is important, so I'm gonna work on that. Unorthodox Logic with Marv, UNORTHODOXLOGICWITHMARV @gmail.com. That is a fucking lot. That's a lot. Maybe I should just have y'all inbox me or some shit. That's a lot. But those that want to email, you can email. For those that want to inbox, you can inbox. I'll let y'all slide on that because I'm in hindsight, that was a bad idea. I should have did UL with Marv or something like that for the email. Why did I go that long ass email? I have no idea. That was not forward thinking, to be completely honest with you. I just like locking down names. I like to lock down brand names. Whenever I do something, I like to lock down a brand name in totality. So that's just my thing. Let's see here. Where are we? I want to get into the show. I want to get into the show because I don't want to hold y'all too long, but it is a bunch of information I want to discuss. I think we should start with the single mother dynamic with the son. That's important. The single mother black son dynamic. See, if y'all happen to notice, you see a lot of young black men in particular, and black men in particular in general, saying how there are other races of women that are better. They say they only fuck with white women, they only fuck with Spanish women, they only fuck with foreign women. They're literally saying they only fuck with every other woman except for a black woman. There's a reason for that. And it's going to be a hard truth. Y'all know me. I love my community. I love my people and I love our women. But we have to talk a hard truth. You know what I mean? And I'm not one of them people who are against interracial dating. I'm not against that whatsoever, to be completely honest with you. What makes me mad about a lot of interracial dating, or a lot of people that are interracial men, what makes me mad in particular is when those people in the black community disrespect and disregard the black community because they feel like dating outside the black community is an upgrade. They feel like dating outside of the black community, that's a win. That's something that they earned or something of that nature. That's where I usually come in with a problem with that, because I'm looking at, like, first and foremost, y'all need to stop comparing us to the lowest common denominator. Because if you dated you, for instance, if you're going to date you a suburban white woman, don't compare a suburban white woman or a suburban Arabian woman or a suburban Latina woman to a hood rat. You feel what I'm saying? Because what y'all like to do is y'all go date somebody in a different economic class and try and compare them to the impoverished class that you come from. You feel me? And that's where the issue come at, because y'all not comparing apples to apples. Y'all doing apples to oranges. And that's where I usually get frustrated at, because I'm like, yo, bruh, you literally found you a woman out in the suburbs and you comparing her to a hood rat from the hood. No, they're not going to be the same, motherfucker. Of course they're not going to be the same. I always would prefer, don't get me, you know what? There's hood rat is hood rat. There's never a situation where I'm going to fuck with a hood rat. That's just not in my nature. It ain't me. I don't like it. I don't fuck with it. I don't fuck with that ghetto shit, that hood rat shit, that loudmouth shit, all that. That ain't me. But what I will say is, I understand the disregard for the hood rats. I understand the disregard for the whole situation where you like, man, look, I'm not trying to be dealing with all this craziness, and I'm not trying to be dealing with all this ratchetness. So I want to fuck with a girl that I don't have to deal with that craziness and ratchetness with. And what I'm saying is, yeah, nobody should want to have to deal with that. And I don't blame you. But you're not about to sit here and think that it's a race thing and not a class thing. A lot of times these dudes sit here and act like if I go date outside my race, I'm upgrading. No, what you're doing is you're finding somebody in a different economic class. Yes, that part of it is an upgrade. But sitting here saying that it's based on skin color is not an upgrade, brother. And or sister, and that's where my issue comes in at, is people think that, hey, if I go date outside my race, it's an upgrade, rather than saying if I go date outside my hood, it's an upgrade. How about you try dating outside your hood in general? Put every woman outside your hood on an even playing field, put every woman in the suburbs on an even playing field, and I guarantee you'll get the same results, bruh. You get the same results. It's just y'all dudes just assume that if a woman is black, then a woman is broken, or a woman is poor, or a woman is a hood rat. And that's 100% not the case. That's not the case. Now, to get to my overall point of the topic, why is it that these young black men with black mothers are acting this way? Why are these young black men with black mothers speaking this way? Because if anything, they should have an example of a black woman in their own household that they can reference and say, you know what? I want a woman like my mother. I want a woman that can hold it down like my mom. I want a woman that can do this like my mom, that like my mom, that like my mom. So if that woman in your household is not a great example of the type of woman that you want, then what's wrong with that woman in your household? Again, this is a hard truth, but we're going to get to it. And a lot of times, these men are coming from households of women that they love by default, but they don't truly like that woman. They don't like what that woman does. They don't like the way that woman acts. They don't like the way that woman behaves. They don't like how that woman carries herself. They don't like how that woman dresses. They don't like shit about their own mother, but they love her by default. Therefore, when they leave that household, or when they get out in this world and start dating, they may love their mother, but they don't like their mother like that. So they say, I want absolutely nothing to do with a woman like that. So the best way to not have nothing to do with a woman like that is to completely put myself over here and not even look at women that look like her, act like her, behave like her, nothing. So if that includes the entire race, then so be it. That's all I know. If I only know these kind of women, then I don't want nothing to do with these kind of women. Because their mama hood rat, their mom friend a hood rat, their aunt a hood rat, their grandma a hood rat, their sister a hood rat. So they done got 5 reference points. They're like, God damn, all these women is hood rats. I don't want to fuck with none of these women. Let me go fuck with these women over here. Let me fuck with women outside my race. That's why these young men act like that. Because they come from hood rat mothers who got hood rat sisters, who got hood rat mothers, who got hood rat aunties and shit like that. They don't have no example outside of hood rat black women, and they act like that's the only example of black women to go off of. So they say, you know what? To not even have to deal with a hood rat black women, I won't date black women at all. Is that a legit excuse? No. But is that the mind thought that these kids have? Yes. This is why I harp on y'all, telling y'all, send y'all kids out of their neighborhood, because these kids do not know nothing but their neighborhood, and they think that only their neighborhood is their scope of black people. And if that's all they got to offer, then they don't want nothing to do with black people. And that's why these kids don't know how to handle business. That's why these kids don't know how to deal with black people on an intellectual level. And that's why these kids don't want nothing to do with a black woman as a wife. Because the only black women they got to reference is the hood rats that they grew up around. The hood rats are the lowest common denominator. They are not the epitome of black women. That is why I tell y'all to travel. You need to experience different kind of black women, different kind of people in general. So you'll understand that, wait a minute, these hood rats that I see at my school and these hood rats that I see in my neighborhood are not the epitome of black women. It's actually some smart, intelligent, kind, loving, heartwarming black women out there. And I want to get to know them kind of women. The problem is they don't go nowhere. They grow up, they deal with nothing but hood rats. They see these trap lifestyle. They feel like, hey, look, I can get the best looking women by being a trapper. Even though you should much rather have, if say there's an option between a 10 that's a hood rat and a 7 that's a non-hood rat, you should go with the non-hood rat every time, because that non-hood rat is going to help you elevate in life. It's going to raise the kids properly, help you raise your kids properly, help you be the best man that you can be, and help you elevate every step of your life with the non-hood rat. You fuck with that hood rat, the moment you go to jail, the moment you fall off, she dogging you on Facebook and she fucking the next guy. We can pretend like that's not a reality. We can sit here and pretend that that's not what's going on in these kids' head. But the problem is, that's your problem. Y'all like to pretend. I'm not interested in pretending. I like to speak truth to power. I like to talk that truth. I like to speak those facts. I like to discuss what's really going on. A lot of y'all want to sit here and say, by default, we can't speak bad about black women. Well, I personally don't assume that all black women are hood rats. So I can speak bad about a hood rat. I don't care. I don't care nothing about what a hood rat think or what a hood rat got to say about me. Unless that hood rat has the mentality that she wants to get up out that hood ratishness. I don't give a fuck about her. She's a bad example to black women. She's bringing down not only little black girls, but also little black men or little black boys. So she's not only a broken woman in a bad example to the community. She's also bringing down every child that she bears in the community as well. So she's not helping progress the community. She's making the community worse. Along with that dusty father. I don't separate the dusty men and the hood rat women. They all one and the same to me. I keep them on the same level. Them dusty men is ruining the community, and them hood rat women are ruining the community. And they raise more dusty boys and more hood rat little girls. So yes, we need to break that cycle. Yes, we need to get these young men traveling. So we can get a young man and a young woman from their hoods, get them traveling, and they'll outgrow that hood, and they'll become better people, and they'll go into a different area or in a different neighborhood and grow that, and then leave them dustiness behind. That is very possible. That's extreme. That's a realistic idea. That's an ideal situation. You come from a hood rat mama and a dusty father. You feel me? You come from a hood rat mother and a dusty father. You travel. I guarantee you see life a different way. And you're like, you know what? I don't want to be like my hood rat mama or my dusty father. I'm going to do better. But I love them. So when I do better, I'm going to send back some money for them, help take care of them, get them out the hood. Hopefully I can take them traveling. Hopefully I can help them see more. But at the end of the day, I don't want to be nothing like them because they aren't the example of life that I want. Yeah, hear my son down there? He playing NBA 2K. But that's an extreme possibility. That is why I say you got to get these people especially these kids, when they graduate high school, they got to start traveling. They get a nice little job, whatever case may be, go to college, whatever. If they go to college, I recommend you convince your kids to go to college out of state. It's important to deal with people from different areas. Even if, I promise you, if your child from the hood, they go to college and they dorm with another kid from the hood, the fact that those two kids from the hood opted to leave their hoods in aspiration to get a better lifestyle, to get a better life, their two mentalities are going to be totally different than the people back at home. Because by the first year is the most dangerous year. That freshman year is dangerous. By the time they hit the sophomore year, they're like, shit, I'm halfway through. I might as well finish. By the time they hit the senior year, they don't want nothing to do with that hood shit no more. In most cases. I'm not going to say in all cases, in most cases. By the time they hit senior year, they're going to be educated, they're going to have a degree, and they're going to be like, I need to go get me a job with this degree field, and it ain't going to be back at home. How many brothers you know in the hood with a bachelor's degree? And I understand college is not for everybody. I understand college is a scam and all that. I understand that. But what I'm saying is it's the environment that these people are around for those 4 years, and it is certain points of education that's not always in a school, but just in that environment, they learn things. They learn about other people. They learn about other cultures, things of that nature. There are the environmental differences that they learn in the college classroom or in the college environment that they cannot learn in that hood. Because in that hood, it is a 35-year-old dusty nigga who don't know shit, who ain't accomplished shit his entire life, trying to educate the young boys, saying, yo, this is what you got to do. You know what I mean? You got to get into this, and the third. And this thing ain't got two nickels to rub together. Why the fuck do you want to be listening to him? He don't know shit. He can tell you he can show you actually what not to do. You don't do whatever the fuck he did that can't rub two nickels together at 35. Whatever the fuck he did, you don't do that. Trust me. That's your living example of that nigga. That's the most you should get out of him and get the fuck away from him. This motherfucker likes to do short bids in jail. 1.5 years here, 8 months there, 9 months there, 2 years here, 2.5 years there. He done just in and out of jail from the time he was 18, or actually he high school dropout, from the time he was 16 to 35. This man done spent a total of about 7-8 years in jail, but short stints. So he's never had any type of stability in his life. He's nothing you can't learn nothing from him besides what not to do. So why do you need to stay in that hood? There's no benefit in that. There's no benefit in dealing with nobody like that. Are you kidding? Why would you want to even deal with somebody like that? What can they do for you? They can't do anything for you besides tell you what not to do. You see what I'm saying? So, like I'm saying, it's an environment thing. So, essentially, what happens is these young men that talk greasy about black women are typically motherfuckers from the hood, dusty motherfuckers from the hood, or nerdy little black men who like, a lot of times this is what happens, right? It's either them dusty little hood niggas who got a hood rat mama, or it's the nerdy motherfuckers who they don't live in the hood. They live in a slightly better neighborhood, but they still go to school with the hood motherfuckers, and they're nerdy as fuck. And black women, the hood rats that they are around in school, don't fuck with that nerdy shit. So they get picked on by the niggas and the bitches, the guys and the hood rats at school. They get picked on by them, and they go to resent those people. Those are the motherfuckers that be talking that crazy shit. Don't sit here and be believing this black men don't like black women. That's the lowest common denominator shit. Well-to-do black men fuck with black women. The thing is, then I know like a lot of y'all be like, oh, but what about athletes? We never see athletes and actors, and they always got some other race. They're in the minority. Athletes and actors are in the minority. Most of this country ain't athletes and actors. You go look at the middle class of Black America, and most of the motherfuckers ain't sitting here talking that greasy shit. And even if athletes and actors do got women that are not or non-Black wives, you don't hear them talking that greasy shit. Not all of them. You feel what I'm saying? So stop comparing the lowest common denominator. You really got to stop that. Because that's what y'all doing. Now, I wanted to get on that. Now let's talk about something else. I'm starting to notice that people think that the time to prepare your child or the time to educate your child for racism is when it happens. I'm noticing that people think that when their child experienced racism is the time to now talk about it to them. No. Hold on, yeah, I got a raspy voice. Hold on. No, that's not the time to educate your child on racism. I saw a situation where a Black child was playing dodgeball, hit a kid with the dodgeball, and was charged with assault. Those charges are officially dropped today. But listen to me when I tell you this. You are to educate your children on racism the moment they step foot in school. Now, the level of education grows as they get older, but you are to educate your child on racism the moment they go to school. Because while they're in your house, they only got to deal with who's in your house. So if you're a Black family, you only got to deal with the Black family. You're a white family, you got to deal with white family. Latino family, you got to deal with Latino, Asian, whatever the case may be. So while they're in your house, you can teach them love and sharing and things of that nature. The moment they leave your house is the moment they are subject to the outside world's perception of them. Meaning, it does not matter if you have a 4 or 5-year-old. The moment they step foot into an environment that is no longer controlled by your household, they are now subjected to the beliefs, to the prejudices, to the ideals, to the thought processes of outside people that you cannot control. Therefore, you need to protect your child mentality and educate them on the ugly truth. I know. Most of you don't like to even deal with the ugly truth yourself. Most of you like to live in this fantasy world and we're all one people. We're all equal. Why can't people just see that? The problem is people don't give a fuck. They don't see it. They don't care to see it. They will not see it. So why would you send your child out into this world at that kind of disadvantage? Why? If you know for a 100% fact that your child will be subjected to racial discrimination, bigotry, ignorant thoughts, ignorant comments, aggressive thoughts, aggressive comments, aggressive actions, why the hell would you send your child in the world unprepared to deal with that? And I understand you can't. What a 5-year-old is going to deal with is different than what a 10-year-old is going to deal with. Is different than what a 15-year-old is going to deal with. So it's a step program. But at 5 years old, what do you tell your little son? You say, hey, little Mason, little Marvin, little Maria. Those are my kids' names. I like to use their names for example. Baby Lou. That's my new son's name going to be when he's born. He's on the way. Hey, baby Lou, listen. Are you going to get into this classroom? You're going to see a bunch of kids that you don't know, a bunch of kids that don't look like you, and that's okay. What you do is you make sure you put your best foot forward. But what you got to understand is everybody's not going to be nice to you like we are at home. I don't want you to get upset about that. I want you to understand that it's just a thing. Everyone's not nice. Now, Baby Lou's going to say, why isn't everyone nice? I want to be nice. I want to share my things with them. Yeah, I know you want to, but they may not want to do the same thing to you. I want you to just know that that's okay, because that does not make you any less of a person. That's what you say to a 5-year-old, because they're just not going to get the whole racism thing. But they need to understand, in their terms, it just means people aren't being nice to them. Now, you got to deal with some of these teachers, how I had to deal with my son Mason. Oh, Mason is a disturbance, and Mason is this, and Mason is that. Smartest kid in the class, but he's just, he's not happy here, and he's disturbed. And no. Don't start putting those labels on my son. As a parent, you got to make sure you don't let them label your son as shit. Be like, you got to start being like, if you got a son that's acting out in class, like my son Mason was, because Mason to get the highest score on the test, and then he be like, well, I done did this test already. Why I got to do more work on this? I'm going to just not do the work. He got that mentality in him. And that's me working on him. Like, yo, bro, you can't do that. I understand you the smartest kid in the class, but you still got to do the work. So what I did was requested him an individual study program, ISP or IPS, something like that. It's an individual program where essentially I want him to be around kids his age, but he's more advanced intellectually than kids his age, so he has to do harder work than kids his age. So give him his own work. So he used to carry this little bucket thing around when he did schoolwork that had his individual plan stuff in there. What started happening was Mason started to notice his work was a little different than the other kids' paper. So he's like, well, why do I got do something different than them? So what I said now was, all right, look, let him do his work first. And then when he's done with his work, because he was always the first one done, either let him help other kids or give him the same work that they doing so he can just, indulge him in that aspect. You feel what I'm saying? You got to be an active parent in your kid. You got to know your talent level of your kids. See, Mason's the only one I had to do that with. You feel what I'm saying? Mason's the only one I had to do that with. MJ, just as smart, but MJ is he has more cool. He like, shit, I ain't about to put more work on myself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bust his work down, be the smartest kid in the class, and then I'm going to be like, look, I help other kids. Is there anything else I can help you with in the classroom? But I don't want no other shit where I'm doing like extra work. So I challenge my education comes from home. Between me and my father-in-law, we challenge these kids. We make sure these kids are always up to scratch and above that. We don't let them sit on their own grade level. We bring them up 2 or 3 grade levels. That's why I got a 6-year-old that can read at a 5th grade reading level. You see what I'm saying? Or 4th or 5th grade reading level. This kid's about to go to 2nd grade. He's reading 2-3 grades ahead of him. So that's why I got a kid. He's about to go to 2nd grade now. I got a kid that's in the 3rd grade who's reading at a 6th grade reading level because I got him reading 2 grades ahead of him. I got a daughter who's about to get ready and go into the 5th grade, and she's reading, a grade or 2 ahead of herself. So, like, you got to challenge your kids. You see what I'm saying? You have to challenge them. You have to make sure the education at home is tougher than the education in school. So when they go to school, that's light work. That's easy. And I don't do that skipping class. I don't do that skipping grade stuff. I won't do that until maybe high school, because I feel like it's important that your child go deal with kids their age and deal with people their age throughout grade school, because, it's a social aspect as well. It's not just about education. It's a social aspect. If I only cared about just the level of education, I would just pull them out of school and just homeschool them. You know what I mean? Which I'm more than capable of doing that. More than capable of homeschooling my kids. So that's a thing as well. So with that being said, let me bring it back to the racism thing. You need to educate your kids from racism the moment they leave your household in any type of capacity. So if they're going to daycare, if they're going to school, they need to know about racism. And it's an ugly truth. It's just an ugly truth. I know you like to say, oh, if everybody stopped talking about it, it won't be a thing. Stop. You're living in a fantasy world because you can say that if everybody, that's under the impression that everybody's going to stop talking about it. I'm not about to stop talking about it when I know my kids got to go deal with it. I'll be damned. How about the racists stop their shit first, and then the people that are getting attacked racially, well, then we'll stop talking about it. There wouldn't be no need to talk about it if y'all stop being racist. So until that happens, I'm telling y'all now, teach your kids about racism. That's a 5-year-old conversation. Now at 10 years old, you got to talk to them a little bit tougher. You know, the little dodgeball kid. I got a daughter that's about to be 10 years old next month. Let me tell you. Or in August. Shit, next month is tomorrow. Or shit, by the time y'all hear this, it'll be August 1st. So, because I record a day before, of course. So, this month, August, my daughter will be 10. So, guess what kind of conversation I need to be having with her? Baby girl, look here. This is what you need to understand. Your teachers, people in this world, look at you as a threat based on your skin color. I know it may not make sense to you right now. It's going to make sense as you get older and as you get through life. I want you to understand, no matter what, your black skin is beautiful, baby girl. No matter what, your hair is beautiful, baby girl. No matter what, you are no less than anybody based on skin color. Your character is where you are defined at. And as long as you got strong character, as long as you're strong-willed, as long as you make sure you carry yourself a certain way, you have nothing to worry about in regards to how you see yourself. Do not let outside thoughts see you as anything less than them, because guess what? They are wrong. They're wrong. I told my daughter last year, look, all that talking you doing in this class, it's not going to fly. Your teacher not going to give you any leeway. She's not going to let you slide on things. You don't get the same privilege that the other kids get in the class. So what you need to do is make sure you stay on top of your game. Make sure you stay on top of your best behavior and let me know when you're being treated unfairly. See, I'm not one of these parents who think that whatever the teachers say is gold, because I know how them teachers used to do me filthy. So you think I don't trust none of you motherfuckers. Now, I understand ain't no kid, no angel. So I ain't going to sit here and always take my kid's side, but I'm going to take it with a grain of salt. I want to know the whole story from both sides. I want to know what my kids say, and I want to know what you say, and I'm going to find out the truth through that. I'm not about to sit here and let y'all slander my kids, throw my kids under the bus, and act like they the devil. Because that's what you say. I don't fucking buy it. Because I know how y'all treated me as a kid. So I don't hold resentment for that. I just hold reservations for that. Meaning, I'm not just going to say, oh, you said my kid was in here flipping tables and throwing up cars. I need to, oh, well, that's what it was. Come here. You in trouble for that. No. I want to know what's up. I want to know what's up. I want to know what's good with it. That's what I want to know. I want to know the whole story. I want to know where the hole's at. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to have a conversation. The teacher going to call me first. Then I'm going to have a conversation with the kids. Then I'm going to go back to the teacher. And and we're going to keep going back and forth playing ping pong until we get some answers. You think I ain't catch these teachers in some fuck shit before? Called them out on that fuck shit and they apologize? Huh? You think your kid is always acting up when the teacher say your kid acting up just because your kid act up one time, maybe 2 times? You're not questioning everything. You ain't getting the whole story every time. I don't give a fuck if my son fell out on the floor 10 days in a row. On day 11, I want proof. On day 11, I want to hear the whole story. Because then they start talking, yeah, I don't know if there's things going on. That's the first thing they like to say, is there things going on at home? No, bitch, ain't shit going on at home. My son don't want to be up in this motherfucker. What's going on in this classroom that he don't want to be here? That he'd rather be at home or he'd rather be at daycare? What's going on in this classroom? That's what I want to know, because he ain't talking about he don't want to go home. He talking about he don't want to be in this motherfucker. So something in this classroom. Ain't nothing going on at home. Y'all better stop writing y'all kids off acting like what these teachers say is law. You think they won't lie or exaggerate the truth to make them look in the best light? Are you kidding me? I had a principal at Maple on some fuck shit with a 4-year-old. My son used to cry because he didn't like going to school. And she made it seem like this kid was the worst one in the world. 4-year-old. But his classmate kicking the teachers and kicking other students, and I ain't hear a peep from her about none of that shit. Come on, man. Y'all better teach our kids about racism and what they up against out here. You won't catch my kids lacking. Y'all want to teach our kids about everything except the one thing that they can't control. They can't control their skin color. They can't control how people react to their skin color, but you don't want to teach them shit about it, huh? Not me. I'm not going to let my kids be crippled by it, but I just need them to know that it exists, what they got to deal with, and how to continue to move. Keep moving. You keep going up. You let them races be ignorant and stupid, but you keep shaking and moving. You keep going up. Because at the end of the day, that racism shit, those races, you know what I mean? It's only a broke racist can't do shit but try and kill you. You feel what I'm saying? A well-to-do racist can put you in jail. A well-to-do racist can block you out of a job position, things of that nature. So you need to know how to move around all of that kind of shit. First and foremost, don't put yourself in any position to be put in jail. Now, can they just make up some trumped-up charges, things? Of course. But what I'm saying is preventing yourself from getting arrested is the first way of keeping yourself out of jail, no matter what. That way you ain't got to go look in the eye of a racist judge that look like, shit, I don't even give a fuck. You 10 years old, I'm still charging you. A prosecutor, you 10 years old, I'm still charging you with assault. I don't give a fuck if it was dodgeball at school. You little black bastard. You tried to kill that little boy, so I'm going to let them rock with that assault charge. That's the kind of shit your kid is up against. Stop running from the ugly truth. It's ugly. It's disgusting. I know you wish your kid didn't have to deal with it, but if you don't get them prepared or get them educated to deal with that shit, you're setting them up for failure. Bad parenting. It's that simple. Set your child up for success in all aspects of this world, not just financially, but all aspects of this world. You need to set them up for success and let them know what they're up against, or you're going to fail them. I promise you. But that's it, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure y'all follow me on all social media networks at Marv Crittenden. I love it. Make sure y'all send me all feedback. I love it. And I'll see y'all next week. All right. Peace.